Good morning. I am so delighted to welcome you to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I am your host, Margie Curry, and today's session is with our certified yoga instructor, Becca Impello, who has been practicing and teaching yoga for more than 20 years. Now, everybody, we want to remind you that AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. AARP is Alabama is committed to offering opportunities for people to stay engaged from their home. The Mindful Movement series provides an opportunity for you to keep moving in the safety of your own home. So, Becca,
Good morning.
hey,
Good
good
morning, Margie.
morning. Good morning. What we have today?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but here in Alabama, we've got just that hint of fall in the air. It's been
Oh, I know. I've been out this morning. It's wonderful.
Yes, it's very nice. So, we're on the brink of this change of the seasons. Of course, we know we're going to have some more summer before we really get into fall, but nevertheless, we've entered into that phase of things shifting and changing, which is really what our lives are about, right? We go on for a
Right.
while and then things change, whether it's to do with our age or other factors. So we're going to do a practice that really just, kind of gets the whole body moving, but we're going to do some affirmations towards the end around that theme around of change and being adaptable to change, being resilient with change, really just kind of cultivating acceptance of change, because often we can't control how things are going to change,
No,
so
we
we
can't.
we can only work on how we deal with it, right? So that'll be a little
Right.
bit of our practice today, is our dealing with change.
That's right. That's right. And remember, everybody, as we're dealing with change, before you begin any exercise routine, you should consult with your physician to be sure it's safe for you to participate. Change happens. All right, Becca, let's get started.
All right. Thank you, Margie. Yes, indeed. They say change is the only constant, right? All right. Well, we're going to do a practice, like I said, that uses our breath and mindfully moves our whole body. We'll do a few things seated in a chair. It's nice to use a sturdy chair. It could be a folding chair. It could be a kitchen or a dining room chair, but you want it to be, an upright back, firm seat, not your couch or your lazy boy, if at all possible. Get yourself into a chair where you can really, sit up tall and move around a little easier. And then we'll also do some things standing and use the chair, or you'll have the option to go down to the floor with that if you want to. Now, one of the things about yoga and mindful practices is they do help us, our nervous system, our mind especially, to be more resilient, right? To be better at adapting when change comes, which we know it's always going to. So everything we do in these Tuesday morning yoga sessions are helping us to build that capacity for resilience and adaptability. So even if I don't specifically mention that, this process of bringing your attention into your body and into your breath, that is one of the benefits. So let's go ahead and just sit up tall, and we're going to take a few breaths. And you can do some arm motions with the breath if you'd like to, right? So we're going to start to take a slower, deeper inhalation and bring the arms slowly out and up. And then as you exhale, again, trying to find a little slower speed with that breath, bring the hands down in front of you to your lap, right? So inhale and exhale. Keep on going. Your breath might be faster than mine or slower than mine. So just sort of get into this rhythm with your own breathing and see if you're able to shift or change your breathing speed and your breathing depth as you're practicing. Let's do 3 more of these. Nice. Feels good to just slow down and breathe, doesn't it? One more time. And in fact, one of the things that's easy and really effective to do when you feel a little frustrated about things you can't control or things that are changing in your life and your body and the world around you is stop and take a deep breath. All right. Now let's loosen up the body. Roll those shoulders a couple times. Forward, up, and back and down. Forward and up on the inhale, perhaps. Back and down on the exhale. Now, if coordinating all these movements with your breath feels a little bit challenging because maybe this is new for you, then please don't worry too much about synchronizing your breath. As long as you're breathing and moving, you are great. 2 more times with these shoulder rolls. Hopefully that feels good to the upper back muscles and the tops of the shoulders. Good. And then let the shoulders stay a little bit back so your chest is a little bit open. You're still sitting up tall, and turn the head right and left. All your movements that you're going to make today, I want you to remember you should be making the size movement that seems right for your body, right? So you may make a smaller movement or a bigger movement than someone else, and that's okay. Next time that chin is over to one shoulder, either one, pause and let the shoulder dip down and then slowly bring it across the chest. When you get to that other shoulder, pause and then reverse and go down across the chest. Let's do that semicircle a couple more times. And the next time that chin is forward, pause and bring it up. All right, let's warm up the rib cage and the spine a little bit. See if you can just sort of sense your rib cage here. You could put your hands on it if you wanted to. And I want you to see if you can make a side to side movement with your rib cage. And of course, your shoulders are attached, so they're going to go side to side as well. So just trying to move that rib cage right and left. You stay on your seat in the chair. You can bring your arms out if you want to. Now we're going to start turning this into a circle. Still focus on your rib cage, your chest area. Bring it over to one side and then push it forward a bit. Circle over to the other side and then let it go back sort of towards the back of that chair. All right. Again, your arms could be out. They could be on your lap. They could be still trying to sort of feel those ribs. Let's reverse our circles direction a few times. So again, this is just a nice way of getting things moving in the torso, getting things a little more loosened up for the middle back and maybe even the lower back. All right, come back to center. Sit up tall. Let's see if you can take one arm up. If you want to take it to the top of your head, that's a great position, or you can reach it long and then stretch your body over to the side, stretching through the waist, the ribs there. Try and keep your hip down in the seat of the chair. And then bring it back to center. Let's go the other way. So again, maybe that arm is reaching all the way up. Perhaps hand on the head is going to feel better. Lean over to the side. Keep your hip grounded down in the seat of the chair. Breathe in to that side of your body. Good. And then sit back up tall. Take a moment here just to notice, are things changing in your body now that you've been making a few movements? Are you feeling warmer? Are you feeling, maybe a little looser? Are you just more aware of your body this morning? Hands at the heart. Now we're going to do some pulling and pushing with the arms. And we want to get as much spinal movement as feels good for you by arching and rounding. Let's do a couple more of these. This is another great one to maybe synchronize with breathing. Inhaling as you pull, exhaling as you push. So inhale as you're trying to arch a little bit. Exhale as you're trying to round. Let's do 3 more of these. All right, bring those arms back and then drop them down. Try to reach back with those arms. And depending on your chair and your body, perhaps you can bring those hands in close enough to hold on to some part of the chair behind you. Okay, so if that works for you to hold on, hold on. If the arms don't go that far, reach back without holding on, right? And just try to breathe into that chest, lifting the breastbone, squeezing the shoulder blades back. And then release and shake it out. Let's loosen up the legs just a little bit, and then we're going to change positions. So sit tall, maybe hold on if you need a little extra support. If you want a little extra challenge, take the arms out to the side. And let's bend and straighten one knee. Go slow so that you're using that muscular control. Remember, if you get tired, just drop those arms down. If you chose to keep them out and then you kind of thought, whoa, I didn't realize we'd be here so long. All right, drop that down, shake out the arms if they were up. Switch to the other side. Bend and straighten that knee. Go slow with control. So sitting up tall, not holding the breath. Good. And then bring it down, shake it out a little bit. Good. And then you could take the foot in the air or you could prop the heel on the floor if you want. But let's pump the ankle a few times. Point and flex. Bring the toes up, point the toes down. Maybe give it a circle. And then the other leg. Again, maybe you want to rest that heel on the ground. That's a good choice if your leg is tired or it's hard to hold your leg up for a long period of time. Make a few circles now. Excellent. And then let's go ahead and stand up. Let's get out of that chair. You can just move it over to the side. We are going to use it, or you're going to have the option to come down on the floor in just a moment. But for starters, let's simply stand with those feet a little bit more than hips width apart. All right. You're going to have the one hand just resting on the outer thigh. The other hand, just pick it up like you were waving at someone. And then we're going to take an inhale and stretch up and over, kind of sliding down one leg. And then bring it back. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. Back to where you started. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, come back. Two more on this side. Good. Pause. Let's go the other way. Reach it up and over and back down. That other hand is just kind of sliding down the leg. Two more. And then bring it back to center. Good. Now a little bit of twisting. You could keep your hands right here at your sides. You could put them here at the heart, or you could take them extended all the way out. Big breath in. Exhale and twist. Just turn as far as you can in one direction and back to the center. Inhale. Exhale and twist. Turn in the other direction. Back to center. Inhale. Again. Remember, your hands could be closer. Let's go one more time each side. And then drop those arms, roll those shoulders out a bit, walk the feet in. All right, now next, we're gonna use either the chair to bring yourself into a tabletop position, or you have the option, if you'd like, to get down on the floor, and you can be in hands and knees on the floor. So they're both great options. The one just means you don't have to get up and down from the ground, all right? So from either either choice. We're going to do a cat, which is rounding your back. So push into your hands, tuck your chin, tuck your tail, and then we'll go the other way. Lift the head and the chest, lift the tail. If you're standing up using the chair, you're going to need to bend your knees a little bit for that one. And then go back to the rounded cat. All right, so let's keep going a few times. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the chair. You'll see me move back and forth. That's just to make sure everybody has a good reference, but you can choose to stay with your position. All right, one more cat. Rounded back, one more cow, the flattened back. All right, and then let's bring it sort of to that middle place. All right, now we're going to do some things with the opposite arm and leg. One of the things that yoga, one of the ways that yoga can help us, or really any kind of mindful movement, not just yoga, can help our brains with that, sort of resiliency capacity, is because we do things with the opposite sides of the body at the same time. And that gives us a sort of cross the midline stimulation. So I want you to see if you can take your right leg back and your left hand forward. Now, if this hand or leg needs to still sort of touch the ground or touch the chair, you could do that, okay? You work a little bit more on balance and strength if you are able to lift them up. Good. So I want to keep breathing here. We're just testing out each side for now, and then we'll make it a little more dynamic. And then let's bring that hand and that knee down, or that foot if you're standing, and go the other way. Left foot back or up, right arm forwards. Keep a hold of the chair if you need a little more support. And just see how this side is. Maybe one side is more challenging than the other. And then bring that down. All right, so now we're going to go back to our right leg, left arm, but we're going to make it active. So reach them out, bring them down. Same side. Reach it back out, bring it down. Reach it out, bring it down. One more. Reach it out, bring it down. Good. I'm going to switch back to the floor. You stay wherever it is that you've chosen. And let's do the other side. So right arm, left leg. Reach, maybe lift all the way up. And then back down. Reach, lift. And down. And one more. Good. All right, now let's do that cat and cow again. Maybe cat and cow feels just the same. Maybe it feels a little bit different. All right, now we're going to do one that's a little bit more about twisting, but still does some work crossing the midline. So you'll push into your left hand and just turn to your right and just bring that right arm out to the right as far as is comfortable for you. And then try to bring that right hand behind your left arm and reach it a little bit underneath you to the other direction. And then let's do that same side again. Open up to the right. And then reach under and through. So a little bit of a twisting in both directions. Two more on this side. Open up. And then cross it under. Open up. And cross it under. All right. And then back to your tabletop. Feel free to take a cat stretch if you want it. And now we're going to do the other side. I'm moving back up to the chair just to show it here. So again, your right arm's going to stay down and push. Turn, open to the left. And then bring that left arm behind the right as you reach through. Open up. Reach through. Two more. Last one. Excellent. Now, if you're in the chair, you're going to walk your feet back and start pushing your hips back. And you can have as much bend in your knees as you want. If you're down on the floor, you're walking your hands forward, okay, instead of your feet walking anywhere. And you're pushing back with those hips as far as feels comfortable for you. So we're getting a little stretch for the shoulders, stretch for the spine. And then let's come all the way back up to standing. So if you're down on the floor, make your way all the way back up to your feet. Now for this next one, you don't need the chair for any particular reason, but please feel free to use it, especially maybe you want to get where you can hold on to the tall back part of it if you want to have something for some extra balance, security. All right, so we're going to do a lunge stance. Step back with your right leg as far as feels comfortable for you. Have your feet a little bit apart, right to left. Gives you more stability. Bend the front knee. Good. Now firm up those legs. Now we're going to just take either the hands to the chair, okay, or the hands to the belly. Okay. If your hands are on the chair, see if you can put them one on top of the other. Okay. And we're going to do a little something where we alternate which hand is on top and which hand is either closer to your body or closer to the chair, right? And then here's our movement. Open out, both arms out, or one arm if you need to keep holding. And then exhale, bring the hands back to your belly, one on the belly, one hand on top of the other. And then you're going to try to do the opposite the next time. Reach out, bring the other hand to your belly, and the other hand on top. So reach out. So making you pay attention, which hand needs to come in first, or which hand comes to the chair first, and which hand is on top. Try to alternate. Couple more. Strong legs. Last one. Let's go ahead and just step in. Shake it out. Take the other leg back. So step back with the left leg. Bend that front knee. Get you lift up through the belly and the chest so you're standing up tall. Good. Now, you can keep it right here where we were, or if you want to make it a little bit bigger, you can bring those hands to the heart and then reach them out. So you're just taking those arms up a little bit higher, but it's fine to stay where we were on the belly. Inhale, open up. Exhale, one hand comes in first, the other on top. And alternate which hand comes in first. Remember, you could still be touching the chair instead of your front body. Two more. Alternating hands. And then step in, shake it out. All right, we're going to come back to seated in the chair. We're going to stretch a little bit more, neck and hips, and then we're going to do our sort of meditation or affirmations around change and resiliency. So let's start with a little something for the hips. You could cross your ankle up to your knee. If that doesn't work for your hip, another option that gets you in the same direction is crossing your ankle to your ankle or your ankle up on your shin. Anything that can get you turned a little bit out with that leg. Sit up tall. Some folks may have a little bit of room to lean into this stretch, so you can explore that. See if you can really notice what you're feeling in your body. And then let's switch sides. Taking that other leg, wherever it is that you need it. It could be different on the other side, right? Maybe you're able to come all the way up to the knee. Maybe you want to take one of those lower down options. Maybe some lean forward is possible. For some folks, sitting up tall is plenty. Good. One or two more breaths here. Good. And then let's uncross those legs. You could sort of scoot back a little bit in the chair if you want to. Lift up tall through the crown of the head, and then let's take a gentle stretch. Tilt the head to one side, and then take the opposite arm and gently reach it out and down. And you're going to control this with the arm. Maybe bring the arm back in, take the stretch away, and then reach the arm back down and away. And then bring it in, reach it out. Bring it in. One more. And then bring it up the head, tilt it to the other side. Same thing over here. That opposite arm can drop down or gently reach, and then bring it back to your lap. Drop down and reach out, and bring it back. One more. And back to center. Sit up nice and tall. Feel free to close your eyes for this portion. So the way this little meditation of sorts will work is I'm going to say a phrase in first person about change or adaptation or resiliency, and you just will have an opportunity to repeat it either out loud if you'd like, or inside your own head. Either way is fine, right? And these are affirmations, just ways of pulling in sort of positive responses to our being, our mind, and repeating them to ourselves. And you can feel free to use these on your own later on if you want to. So maybe eyes closed, sit tall. I know that change is inevitable. I know that change is normal. I can welcome change. I am resilient. I am adaptable. I am capable of handling change when it comes. I know that change is inevitable. I know that change is normal. I will try to welcome change when it comes. I am resilient. I am adaptable. I can handle change when it comes to me. I am resilient. I am adaptable. I can handle change when it comes to me. We'll just take a few more breaths here, a few more moments, just to let those messages, sort of sink in. You can repeat any one of those phrases that resonates with you a few more times to yourself. And then let's go ahead and open the eyes if they're closed. Maybe sit up a bit. Let's take one more breath together like we did at the beginning. Reach the arms out to the side as you inhale. Exhale, and those hands come down to your lap, or you can place them together in front of your heart in a gesture of gratitude. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy the changes that fall brings, but Also, know that you can handle all the change that comes at you because you are resilient. Thanks to AARP for bringing us together. I hope to see you next time for Mindful Movement.
Thank you so much, Becca. Those affirmations were just right on time for this time of the year.
Yeah.
Thanks to everyone today for joining us. And please tune in every Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time for the next session of Mindful Movement. Thank you so much. And Becca, we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye,
Bye.
Margie.